way to hit the ground running! Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebs who landed big roles without any acting experience. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at performers who got their big break in movies and TV shows without any serious acting experience. They may have had a small role or two, but probably nothing you've ever heard of. Number 10. Madeleine Brewer. Orange is the New Black. We guess you could say that Madeleine Brewer was quote-unquote fresh meat when she auditioned for Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, problems are problems, yeah. We all make bad choices. It's just some of us got different bad choices to make.
Before landing the role of Trisha Miller, Brewer attended the American Musical and Dramatic Academy and won the 55th annual Miss Pittman pageant. Then, in a blink of an eye, this Jersey girl was on one of Netflix's flagship programs.
Could you do me a solid and tell Red I'm gonna make it right?
Yeah, okay.
You tell her that we're gonna be square. So I'm gonna figure something out.
Sporting a distinctive hairdo and tattoo, Brewer only played this troubled inmate for one season. However, her charismatic performance quickly led to other work in shows like Hemlock Grove, Black Mirror, and The Handmaid's Tale. With each new role, Brewer only becomes more recognizable.
Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you, Charlotte.
Number 9. Ashton Kutcher. That 70s Show. Michael Kelso was widely considered the breakout character on That 70s Show, which is interesting considering that the role kicked off Ashton Kutcher's acting career.
You told me he was cute.
No, I didn't.
Well, I remember because you said not to say anything in front of Eric.
Although Kutcher portrayed a doofus on the show, he originally had aspirations to major in biochemical engineering.
I didn't know if you liked music.
While attending the University of Iowa, Kutcher caught the eye of a model scout at a bar. After placing first in the Fresh Faces of Iowa modeling competition, he left school and visited the International Modeling and Talent Association competition in New York. Upon moving to LA, it wasn't long until Kutcher successfully transitioned from modeling to acting.
What are you gonna do, sit on me with your cushion butt? It won't hurt, because it's a cushion butt.
Number 8. Evanna Lynch. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. If you're a die-hard Harry Potter fan, chances are you've always dreamed of sharing a scene with Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson. Evanna Lynch got to live out her wildest fantasy upon earning the role of Luna Lovegood.
Hungry. I hope there's pudding.
This Irish native grew up reading Harry Potter and even wrote letters to J.K. Rowling, but had no prior screen credits to fill her acting resume. Nevertheless, Lynch outshined 15,000 other young ladies at an open casting call. She even managed to beat out Oscar nominee Saoirse Ronan, who had been considered for the part. Lynch's obsession with Harry Potter truly paid off, as she was able to channel Luna's peculiar behavior to a T.
Hello, Harry.
Number 7. Alexis Bledel. Gilmore Girls. We're not sure what's more shocking, that Alexis Bledel's first name is actually Kimberly, or that she basically stumbled into the role of Rory Gilmore.
God. You're like Ruth Gordon, just standing there with the tannis root. Make a noise.
Bledel started out in community theater productions of Our Town, The Wizard of Oz, and Aladdin, hoping to change her shy nature. After a scout discovered her at a local mall, Bledel found work as a fashion model and even went to Page Park Center for modeling and acting. While attending NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, Bledel decided to try out for a role on Gilmore Girls.
Rory, me. That's me.
Rory.
Well, Lorelai, technically.
Although she wasn't a seasoned actress and was actually sick throughout the audition process, Bledel made her television debut soon after.
Well, maybe you could show me where this Miss Patty's place is.
Yeah, I guess so. I really don't have anything important to... Let's go.
Number 6. Jason Statham. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Before he was one of the most recognizable action stars in the world, Jason Statham was working as a model for French Connection and had appeared in a couple of music videos. Statham also made a living selling fake goods on street corners. which ironically led to his first film role.
I'm made in Italy, hand stolen in Stepney. It's as long as my arm, I wish it was as long as something else.
It all started when Statham met an up-and-coming filmmaker named Guy Ritchie, who was preparing to direct his first feature, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Rather than casting big-name stars, Ritchie was looking for actors who could bring a certain level of authenticity to their roles. Statham's background made him an ideal candidate to play Bacon, kicking his acting career into high gear.
Don't complicate things, just start.
Number 5. Rosario Dawson, Kids. Despite receiving mixed reviews upon release, 1995's Kids gained a lot of attention due to its NC-17 rating, controversial subject matter, and overall impact on the indie film scene.
Tubby says what's up. You didn't want to speak to me, that dick.
It also notably put a 15-year-old Rosario Dawson on the map. Up until this point, the only acting experience Dawson had was a fleeting appearance on Sesame Street. While Dawson was just hanging out on her porch one day, she had the good fortune of crossing paths with director Larry Clark and screenwriter Harmony Korine. Encouraging her to audition for a movie they were making, Dawson scored the role of Ruby. This made leeway for Dawson to find more work in indies and blockbusters alike.
I gotta go. I gotta find Telly. No, don't go anywhere. Stay with me. No, I gotta go. I gotta find her. Then I'm coming. No, I just gotta go. Jen!
Number 4. Auli E. Carvalho, Moana. It's only appropriate that Auli E. Carvalho's rise to prominence sounds like something out of a Disney fairy tale. Born in Kohala, Hawaii, Carvalho was only 14 when she was cast as the titular heroine in Moana.
We're not pretending. Not pretending now. We want you to be the voice of Moana in our movie. We really do. We really do.
At first, this high school freshman was reluctant to even audition because she felt there were already so many great submissions over YouTube. In a fortunate twist of fate, an Oahu casting agent encouraged Carvalho to follow her dreams.
That was sneaky!
It was.
When we look at it, it's just such a blessing.
Among hundreds of actresses, Carvalho was the last to try out. Through an online callback session, this newbie was offered the role of a lifetime. Considering that this was her first major gig, there's no telling just how far she'll go.
You know who you are.
Number 3. Will Smith, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
Now this is a story about how Will Smith's life got flipped, turned upside down. Having taken center stage in record-breaking blockbusters and Oscar darlings, audiences sometimes forget that Smith got his start on the small screen.
All this Master William stuff, man, I'm not down with that, man. Make it sound like we back on the plantation, so we like, Master William, Master William.
Before this wacky sitcom premiered, though, Smith wasn't even known for his acting chops. He actually began as a hip-hop artist under the stage name of The Fresh Prince, collaborating alongside DJ Jazzy Jeff.
You know, parents are the same, no matter time, no place. They don't understand that us kids are going to make some mistakes.
When NBC approached the rapper about building a sitcom around him, he had no other starring roles to his name. Through 6 seasons on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it became clear that Smith was destined for superstardom.
This is just a dream.
Number 2. Johnny Depp, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Whenever a modern moviegoer is introduced to A Nightmare on Elm Street, they're often surprised to learn that the film not only stars a young Johnny Depp, but that this was also his first acting role ever.
So I heard you freaked out in English class today.
Yeah, I guess I did.
You haven't slept yet, have you?
Depp actually attended the audition for this film to support a friend who was trying out. Although Depp had been working as a rock musician, he was a complete newbie to the movie scene.
How can you listen to television and hear your records at the same time?
Oh, I wasn't listening to the tube, Ma. Just watching.
Nevertheless, director Wes Craven saw something in Depp and chose to cast him as Glenn Lance. Oh, and the friend Depp was accompanying was none other than Jackie Earle Haley, who ironically got to play Freddy Krueger over 25 years later. Number 1. Gabourey Sidibe, Precious. Precious is as far away from a Cinderella story as you can get.
My mother's like a whale on the couch. She say I eat all the time, but she always making me eat. And she called me a fat mess. She said the apartment little because of me.
For actress Gabourey Sidibe, though, her ascension to fame was nothing short of a dream come true. While working as a receptionist for the Fresh Air Fund, Sidibe decided to attend an open call audition. Although Sidibe's acting background was non-existent, she stood out in a pool of over 300 others who showed up.
For what? How? I feel like...
Feel like what?
Like I'm drowning in a giant river.
Landing the titular role, she went on to achieve an Independent Spirit Award for her heartbreaking performance, as well as an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. That's one way to start off your acting career.
Nobody loves me.
People do love you, Precious.
Please don't lie to me, Miss Rain.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.